That was a straight-sided bowl. That was a straight-sided bowl. Next slide. So for design, this is kind of, I will doodle sometimes and just kind of throw together what I want to do for a bowl. Real simple, doesn't have to be anything fancy. I do like having line, what kind of paper is that with the graph paper? I do like having graph paper, but you don't necessarily need it. You can kind of figure things out from there. Next slide. These are just a couple of samples of ones that I'm starting to put together. This is, it's supposed to be a phoenix. I'm not a good phoenix drawer, can you tell? But I'm basically doing a big phoenix bowl. Next slide. So this is a segmented piece. There's two pieces that you got to worry about. The A piece is from the outside of the bowl to the inside of the bowl. And then the B piece is what you need to measure and cut with your sled. So a lot of times if you're just new to this and you don't want to go through this process, you don't need to. You can go out to the internet and the next slide. And they will actually have a picture. Yes?
When you build up your ring, you make different size rings as you go up.
Exactly.
Feature ring and
yep. Yep, we're going to get to that too. I'll actually show you how to do it. Tonight you guys will all go home and you'll be drawing up your own segments. I pulled this off of Malcolm Tibbetts. This is basically how he does it. It's pretty simple. If you look on here on the far left side, you can actually see the numbers there. That's how thick he needs to cut that piece. So at the, I can't see the top one, but the next one down is 2.15 of an inch. The next one is 2 inches. 0.8 of an inch. Pretty simple. So that you're going to cut your long strips, whatever strip you need. You're going to cut that to whatever the inch that you need for that strip. The next part is the diameter of that ring. And you can do this mathematically, and I know people that do. And I'm not a mathematician. I was going to say Doug's one of those.
If you do the graph paper, before you say anything, I'll turn your mic on.
Oh.
If you do graph paper, you know, it's a 1/4 inch square, right? So if you just do a half a bowl, if you design your bowl like half of that, okay, then when you fold it over, you can make you can obviously trace the line on the other half, and now you can just measure how many squares are there, how many inches, right on your thing, and write all those figures down right from your graph paper.
We're actually going to do this at the end of my presentation, which is almost done. I'm actually going to take them through that little process.
Okay.
So next slide. If you want, you can go to the internet. There are free plans out there. This actually has your A and your B on there. So it's very simple on that cut list. You can just start at the very top and cut it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So you've got the edge length. That would be your A. The board width. That's going to be your B. And you just, I think the first one was a 1/2 inch, if I remember right. Thank you. 3/8 of an inch on the very far left thickness. Then the next one's 3/4 of an inch. And again, you would just go down, cut your pieces, and then start cutting your segments. Fairly easy. So, next slide. I got lazy. So I found this on the internet and I love it. For me, it's very easy to figure out what I need to cut for my bowls. This has the different segmented pieces at the top, and it also has zoom out. I think you're not. Yeah. So at the very top row is the number of pieces, and then on the very far left, that's the size of your ring. You just figure out if you're doing whatever, 16, 18 pieces, go down and it'll tell you exactly what to cut that at. It's pretty easy. And I've got a handout. I don't know if I have enough for everybody, so those that don't want it.
There's one more slide.
I know.
Okay.
I know. One more.
I'm just keeping in line.
Yep.
Hey, Mike, make sure you put that handout on the website.
Yep. I can.
Yeah, we'll get
Yep.
emails from the.
No problem. And the last slide, I think, is we're going to draw up a bowl. So, I think the hardest part for me sometimes is just to come up with a design. So we just basically, I just drew up this design. Can everyone see this? Okay. So I only worry about the half part. And if you were to treat each one of these squares as a ½ inch, you can real quickly put together a bowl. So here's my first layer, right? And I'm actually going through, it looks like about 1.5 inches. Tell me if I'm wrong. You guys are up front, got the best eyesight, right? So I would actually go like this. And that would be my first ring, right? And that would be close to 1.5 inches. I'll just call it 1.5 inches. The next ring, you're going to come here. So that's going to be a smaller one possibly. Oh, I might have to go here. Right? And that's about 1.5 inches again. So once I got that goes pretty quick. You can figure out all the way down as you go. And again, I'm trying to do 1.5 inches here, but I'm not very good. If you want, you can even treat this as a ½ inch this way, and this would be your like a 3/4 inch or whatever you want to do to make it neater. When you get to the bottom here, you're going to see some things change drastically. So like this bowl, this segment, that piece would be from here to the center and over. So that'd be 3 inches. So that'd be your bottom. The next part of this, if I were to take this, I would have my cut list ready to go. So my first one, my thickness is going to be 1.5 inches. I don't know if you can see that. I write it small, 1.5 inches. And how many rings do you want to do? How many segments in a ring? Somebody throw out a number. 24? You would. All right. So I got 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7. So you're almost an 8-inch ring. What do I need to cut that by? You're going to cut it by 1 1/16 inch.
No, for your diameter. Diameter's twice.
I just went down to the 8-inch mark here. Oh, yeah. So I got 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch, 8 inch.
So 16-inch diameter.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. I see what you're saying. For 24 segments, you go down to 16. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that if it's
What am I cutting that at?
16-inch diameter, you're looking at 2 1/16 inches.
Thank you.
Repeat that, please. Just recorded. Mine's gonna be
2 1/16 inch. And that's ring number 1.
Well, if you want 24 segments, your figure says 2 3/16.
What dimension on this, Mike?
I got 2 1/16.
What is the 2 1/16 dimension of?
So that's your outside cut. That's the outside of the ring. So this is the A.
Right.
This is the width or the thickness from the outside to the inside. So if I had a piece of wood, right, that I was going to cut for this ring, this part here would be that 1.5. That's my A cut. Thank you. And then when I started cutting my segments, I would need the 2-inch and 1/16 on that first segment. So you would actually have something like this, and this would be the 2-inch 16th.
That's the outside face of the segment.
Outside face. Let's try one more. Give me a different ring number. Let's try like 16. How's that? So for this one, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7.5. So that's 15 inches for 16 segments. For 16 pieces, I got 3. Is everyone else getting that? 3? So we had 7.5. 7.5 twice is 15, right? All right. So how about the bottom now? I got 1, 2, 3. So I would be a 6-inch ring. Give me something 20 segments. What do you get? 7/8? Oh, am I reading the wrong one? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry. 15/16. So you would put that on your cut list. Pretty easy.
Mike, you can do the math on it if you don't have a chart.
You can.
You got a 6.
No, you can.
You can. Doug may get into that.
1/4 divided by how many segments you got to give you the length.
I didn't hear what you finally said there, but
If you got a 6-inch ring,
yeah,
multiply that 3.1
1/4 pi,
divided by how many
however many lengths you have, and
Yep.
it gives you that number.
your segments.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I do this, I can go down real quickly. I can put my list together in less time than it takes me to get my calculator out, start punching in those numbers.
Mike, are they, if you vary the thickness of the rings, does the chart?
Same process.
Same thing?
Same thing. But what you're going to do is your A is going to be whatever thickness you have.
Yeah.
So if I had a feature ring, say, in here, right, and I made it a fairly large feature ring, and let's say that's 2 1/4 thick, so that would be my A, and then you would have to figure out from that outside ring in, right, and double it.
That's confusing.
So it's the thickness of the board, yeah. Yeah, from the outside to the inside diameter. Well, he was asking for different heights. But your A is still the outside to the inside. Yeah.
Make sure you repeat the questions because we can't hear them all.
All right.
You gotta repeat it.
Okay.
Recording, nobody can hear each.
So if I had, this would be my thickness. Or if I wanted to, I could actually come in here and we could do something like this where we had a 1/4 inch, right? 1/4 inch height. Oops, sorry, can't even write today. This would still be the 3 inches that I need from the outside to the inside, possibly.
You need to take that line into the inside.
Yeah. But I agree.
Yeah, it's,
What did he ask? Couldn't hear it.
He said I need to take the line all the way to the inside. Any other questions?
This chart is for the A distance. Is that correct, or is this for the B distance?
That's for the B. This chart is for the B distance. The A distance is what you're figuring on your bowl here. for the inside to the outside. Yes, sir.
When you're saying inside to outside, in your example, the outside starts at the top, outside. The inside is at the bottom of your square on the inside. Is that correct?
Yeah. If that's the way the bowl curves.
Yeah, if that's the way the bowl.
Yeah.
So right here, this cuts part of my ring right there. So I would be measuring all the way to this outside piece.
Okay.
And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, so that would be a 2-inch inside, outside,
It makes
A measurement.
a little more sense, at least to me, when you,
Yep.
when you put it that way. Okay. Yeah.
Any others?